Don't Worry, Darling stars Florence Pugh, Harry Styles, Chris Pine, and Olivia Wilde, and is directed by Olivia Wilde. Set in the 1950s era of the rigidly conservative nuclear family, wherein the husbands all go to work and the wives stay home, cook, clean, look pretty, and keep quiet, minus the wifely neighbourhood gossip and garden parties. It tells the story of Jack and Alice, and notice how those two names are possibly the utmost traditional names one could think of for a male and female. Jack, played by Harry Styles, works at the highly secretive and confidential Victory headquarters, wherein the men who work there are forbidden from disclosing any intel to their wives on what it is they're working on and doing out there. Alice, played by Florence Pugh, is starting to become interested in what exactly it is that they're doing out there in the desert, and that interest quickly turns to suspicions and wariness and fear of potential dangers to their very existence. After she starts to experience odd hallucinatory episodes, dreams, and repressed memories, and a tragedy befalls a fellow neighbour Margaret, played by Kiki Lane, everyone seems to be conspiring against her belief that something is just not right in this town, and the mastermind behind it all seems to be Jack's boss at work, played by Chris Pine, the boss of Victory headquarters. Just about from the get-go, everything about this film is just excessively in abundance of itself, with no form of subtlety whatsoever. There's musical score which overpowers dialogue, and the soundtrack, which seems to be chosen with the intent of only using songs with lyrics that seem to tell us exactly what's going on in the story and how we should feel about that, when we can already just tell those things just by paying attention to the film. There's the caricatured cartoon character performances from pretty much everyone, though thankfully Florence Pugh and Harry Styles were the least overplayed in that regard. They were sort of somewhat grounded in reality. There's also the production design, which at times felt just a step behind Bo Welch's The Cat in the Hat in terms of presenting just this live-action sort of cartoon hybrid. When the final M. Night Shyamalan-esque twist comes in at the end, I was left thinking this twist not only would have worked better being revealed far earlier in the film, but it would also probably benefit knowing before going into the film. And by the time it comes in at the end, it just sort of feels like a confused cop-out. There's been many satires of the idyllic nuclear suburban family throughout the years, the Stepford Wives and Pleasantville to name a few, but Don't Worry Darling just has little new to say about this era and way of life other than saying things really loudly that I already know to be true. The housewives are expected by the men to just be happy and have a smile on their face and be grateful because their life is perfect, but really they feel confined and controlled and objectified and just have no way of escaping the rigidity of their chauvinistic society. Because the men work all day, then come home, eat and bang their wives, they have no idea how to cook anything, so Jack is just lost at sea in the kitchen resembling a bomb site trying to make mashed potatoes by pounding raw potatoes in a bowl with a whiskey bottle without knowing that you have to boil the potatoes first. I'm sure there's some people today who need ideas of chauvinism and sexism explained to them broadly as this film does, but for me, Don't Worry Darling just felt more like an exercise in style and sensationalism, and there were parts that I just found unintentionally hilarious. So overall, Don't Worry Darling for me just didn't really work as a biting satire. There was a lot of controversy surrounding this film as it came out, like Shia LaBeouf fired from set and gossip regarding that, but let me know what you thought of it down below, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.